All right. In the last segment, we spoke about. I was able to show you around how to register clients and how to edit their details. In this segment, I'm going to be showing you around how to process transaction or how to compute commission. Now, after a client has been successfully registered, the next thing to do is to post their transactions on the portal. Why do you need to post their transaction on the portal? You need to post their transaction on the portal to, in order to first to keep their records, to generate receipts, and also to calculate commission for the respective consultants that are related to this to this transaction. So what you do at that, after the client has been registered and you now want to post the transactions or the transaction of the client, you go to manage clients. That's a shortcut that we just created. You go to manage client, then you click on view and edit client. Okay, once you do that, like I said, the details of the clients, of all your client registered clients, will be listed here. I also pointed out that you can use the filter to, to the filter text box to filter and to searching for the exact client that you want to process their commission. In this case, because this is a demo account, I only have one record. So, but in the case that we have multiple records, in the case that you have multiple records, you just use the filter, the filter search box. So okay, so at that, once you have your record, now you can now post their transactions. Now, if there are two types of transactions. One of the transaction, I mean, the first type is the new transaction, and the second type is add-up transaction. New transaction is the transaction that the client is just coming to initiate. New transaction is a transaction that the client is just coming in to initiate. That is coming in to make the very first payment on that particular transaction. Add-up transaction is a transaction that the client has initiated the first payment and is coming back to add up a level of payment on it. So what we do at this point is okay, if the client is coming in for the very first payment or the new transaction, so after you have filtered the record on the client's record, there is a link tag new transaction. So what you just need to do is to click on that link, new transaction. The moment you click on that link, it takes you to a page, and on that page you are going to have the details. You're going to have the ID, the client's ID automatically inserted to the box. Then you click on the button directly in front of that text box. The details of the client, the name of the client will come up for double confirmation. So once you are sure that is the same, is the records are correct, then you go ahead and put in the number of units that the client is buying. Then all the products that are available on the portal will be listed here. Then you select which product the client is buying into. Okay, like you have seen, I've selected, and once I do the selection, the portal will brings up the cost per unit and the total cost. Now this cost per unit, you can be adjusted accordingly. Let's say you want to give discounts. The company has decided to give this particular customer a discount, so you can effect that from here. Then as you do that, the total the competition the total cost is automatically computed. Now in this case, the total cost is 23 million. Let's say the client has made payment of 20 million out of the 23 million. Okay, so what you do is you just amount paid, in the amount paid column you put 20 million. Once you put 20 million, once you do the 20 million, you can also put in the date of payment here. Then you put the admin password. Once you put in the admin password, in this place, admin password, let me see. Okay, let me check my admin password. Oh, do I still have it? Okay, just put in the admin password so that we're able to see. Okay. All right. That's my admin password. If you want the customer to receive alert, you check that. Once you do this, and if, or you cross check and make sure that all the details are correct, then you click submit. Once you click submit, all right, okay, there's an error here. I think I'm not putting in the right. Okay, let me check the total. 23 million. Okay, the amount I put was was too much. Okay. Okay. All right. So when I put in the right amount and I click submit, let's see what happens. All right. Now the transaction has been captured, and at this point, the client has received a mail. Has received a mail alongside with a receipt that that shows this transaction. That receipt contains the details of the transaction, the amount paid, the remaining balance, and all of that. So this and so that is that is the details that the client gets, and after that, the admin person that posted the transaction will also see the summary of that transaction. Along with that is the details of the commissions to be paid, the account details, the amount, and all of that. And after these, also the admin also gets a mail of this summary stating the transaction, the amount paid, the commissions to be paid, and all of that. So this is how to post new transactions on the portal. Now, let's say this client comes back after 2 weeks to balance up his payment. So how do you now add that up, or how do you update that on the portal? So the next thing to do is also to go to the manage client menu, click on edit, view and edit client. Then you filter for the client record like I earlier explained. Then in front of that record, you go to add up transaction. Add up transaction, you click on add up transaction, and the system brings up the page. And on that page, okay, all right, let me just do this. Add up transaction, add up transactions. All right, so once you click on the add up transaction, once you click on the add up transaction, a page comes up with the client ID by default. Then you click on check. Once you click on check, the portal will bring up the details of that client. Now, yeah, what we have right here is the details of the client, the full name for confirmation. Then it will also list the transactions. Now, what happens here is payment for, that's the transaction. Now, because it's possible for a particular client to have 2 or 3, more than one ongoing transactions at the same time. That is, it's possible for a client to have bought into 3, 4, 5 products that he has not, that is yet to fully pay for. So what happens here is this: after you've checked the client details, if the client has any concurrent or any ongoing transaction, all of them will be listed here. So what you are supposed to do is you just look through which of the transaction is the client paid into. The name of the client transaction will be listed, and the date of the first payment will be listed. So you just you just go through it and you select the appropriate one. Once you select the appropriate details, the system brings in the details of that transaction. the last amount paid, the number of units, the total amount paid, and the balance. In this case, the client has 40 million to balance. Let's say that's 40 million. Okay. Sorry, that's 4 million to balance. Okay. 4 million to balance. Once you put the admin password here, let me just be sure. Sorry. All right, so once you put in the details here and you click on you put after putting the admin password and you click submit, yeah, the system captures the details, puts in the details. Oh great. And also at this point the client must have gotten a mail with the receipt. Then the admin also see the report of that transaction, and the mail is also sent to the admin email. So this is and this detail contains the commissions to be paid, the account details according to the commission structure set up on that product. So this is how to post transaction and process commission on Vantage portal. So in the next segment, I'm going to be showing you how to set up the statutory payment, how to set up the details of the statutory payment on the portal. Thank you.